And I was like, that's not a refrigerator. Fuck. And I found her panties.
Yo.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Stanley.
I'm Theo.
I'm John.
And I'm Luch.
And today is Breakfast Boys. And
See, first podcast, doing well already.
our first conversation topic is choir. Speaking of choir, Luch, how'd your All-State audition go?
You know, I really didn't do too well in the sight reading part of it. I think the solo was alright. But you know, the sight reading wasn't too bad, I guess. The second part just, rhythm was alright. Otherwise, it was a quick 5 to 7 minutes of sheer pain and total nerves.
Of course, like all choir classes are. Like concert choir.
Oh, dude, don't even bring that up.
Well, how do you feel about it?
Can't
man?
relate.
Okay.
What's that?
Like, the only reason I even go to choir still is because of varsity men's, not gonna lie. And I was straight up just gonna drop choir and just not do it.
And then I became a walking meme in the class and you're like, nah, I can't drop this now.
Basically, you and I became walking memes.
Yeah.
And we became the Jake Ellis and the Jeb Baker of that class.
I
Miss those guys.
I miss
Yeah.
Jake and Jeff.
Honestly, we're totally the people that just act like
Those
themselves in class and everything like that. And
Those guys kept the choir interesting.
Yeah, how do you feel about Jonathan and I being class clowns?
It can definitely get in the way sometimes, but honestly, it's the best part of choir. Just you guys across the room, just speaking to each other across the room.
And we're just dancing during
I
the
feel like everybody enjoys it except Mr. Penny, honestly, because Mr. Penny is just
And
How is she as a teacher? Okay, I've never had her as a teacher or a sub or anything like that when Manu isn't here. So
she's okay. She focuses a lot on the girls though.
Yeah, she doesn't realize that guys can sing really, really high.
Like
She
me.
like Miss Trivia in Free Agents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Miss Trivia.
Yeah, she would only play high notes and warm-ups and make us sing really high, and we're all like 14, 15-year-olds trying to sing
Yeah.
already high stuff.
You see, this is where, in my case, I lack testosterone, which is why I'm a tenor.
Well, that's what we're all, except John.
Yeah, everyone here is a tenor except for John.
I'm baritone.
In tone. Speaking of choir, why did we decide to start this podcast? Jonathan, do tell the story.
Yes.
Recently, it was last Sunday, I think, we had a concert with our choir director's concert
Choir.
that he co-directs, and along with him we had another school join us, and it was Rocky Mountain High School, yeah. And they had all female choir come out called Prima Voce, and we met some really dope I can't talk.
Pretty dope girls.
Yeah, pretty dope girls, and we just started talking to them in a group chat and decided to make a podcast because we were entertaining to them. And
Okay, the first time the subject was brought up, it was just a huge joke, oh heck yeah, let's do a freaking podcast.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, you're like, well, you know what? Let's do it.
We're doing a podcast.
Here's an email. Here's an Instagram. We're doing it.
Put your bios in, and we'll call it good. We'll start it Friday.
I personally think my bio on the Instagram, best one.
So short.
Honestly, the best. I'm 16. I'm Stanley. I'm a junior. I'm one of the boys, and that's it.
And that's
we
it.
should probably introduce ourselves more, because
It's true. We only
said our names pretty much.
No.
That's
That's
the whole
we'll get
suspicion.
to our next conversation topic.
I don't need somebody looking up.
Hentai. What was the next topic? Gaming.
Gaming.
Who thinks Fortnite should have ended with the blackout? The blackout.
Okay, I personally thought it should have ended maybe a little bit earlier.
Season 1.
Season 1. Okay, I didn't really get that much behind Fortnite. I mean, I tried to, but it was just kind of difficult just to start.
I feel
but
with that part, if you weren't playing at the very beginning, and you just started
Well,
after season 3, if you were just trying to get into the game just to play it and have fun, you weren't gonna have fun because after that, it just became way too competitive with everything.
Yeah.
So way too mainstream with everyone.
You try and I finally got the game on my PlayStation when I got that for Christmas.
Yeah.
And trying to start out on that, all the sweaty nerds have already taken over ever since then. So it's
wasn't fun.
no, you couldn't get anything off of it. You wouldn't improve in any way unless
honestly for me it was probably one of the best games at the time that I've ever played. because starting in season 1, like 2 weeks after like initial release on like of the battle royale, like starting from that, and like I still remember my first game in that game. I played squads. I didn't know what it was, and I like landed Loot Lake, and my team killed me.
Loot Lake.
But like,
oh my god,
seeing the game evolve, and like it's like the first of its kind in a way, like with that big of a story in an online game that everybody gets to experience.
Yeah, and I like how it's an actual story.
Yeah.
But you get to play the game and experience that story going
And
on.
like with that,
that's kind of
too,
fun about those things. Like I didn't really understand it for the most part, but then when you got like the little events that would happen, where like the meteor came down or the cube melted in the lake and stuff like that, and just, I mean, you could really find out that there's more happening than just a battle royale.
Yeah, and like also with that, like what, like I said to you, like after like season 3, and everybody just started getting like really sweaty in the game, and like so like even like with me, even though I've been playing like since like the initial release pretty much, like I've still like come to like before chapter 2 came out like this week, like I'd stopped playing it like a lot. Like I would play it like every now and then, like once every few months, because like it would be like my game, the only game my friends wanted to play is still like. And like even now with the new release, like I'm having so much fun with it, and I feel like they totally revived it again, and like they're bringing up a brand new community to the game.
It's had like swings at some point, so like it was really popular, and then slowly started to going down. But then there'd be something new, and then it'd go right back up, and then slowly be going down. Now it's just like, you know, it's not huge like it once was, but it's still there.
Yeah,
like,
it's still fun. It's still the game that you know. And
I don't think it'll go away for even like a long time after
like,
the game
honestly,
is totally
I think it
gone.
could be like a new like Team Fortress 2 or Rainbow type game.
It probably
like,
will be.
They've been around for years and years, and like look at the success of Rainbow, and like before like it was shut down or whatever. Team Fortress 2 had killed it up until like they had a game.
Those new games.
New games that had like similar aspects like Rainbow. Like Rainbow and Team Fortress 2 have like such big similarities, and like you pick an operator, and kind of like Overwatch 2.
Oh yeah.
Like Team Fortress and Overwatch, like you pick a character and then you play that person for a whole game, and it's just like limits like it like gives you a certain play style, as well as like limiting other players' play style, like in a way.
Well, that's kind of how like Apex like shot up the stream, because it was a whole mixture of just you pick one operator or legend as they call it in the game, and then they have their own unique abilities. It's a battle royale game. There's like 3 different aspects of it in one thing, which I guess is why it was like really popular. Plus the spec of you could throw on like equipment onto the guns and all that stuff, and all the guns could be really good or really bad, and the aspect of like if you die you can be revived again, come back to life, all that kind of stuff. Where in Fortnite, if you got killed, it's like, oh, you're done.
And then like Fortnite stole that, like with the revive cards and all that.
Yeah, it slowly started copying off it, I think. Like, or that was more of something that they've had in the background. They just never came around
until they saw how it
well, Fortnite, like when they see competition, they like try and take it out by any means necessary. Like PUBG, like they were similar games, but like obviously Fortnite was more popular.
PUBG tried to sue Epic Games at one point.
And like it was pointless. Like there were obviously 2 different games, but like once Fortnite started like taking up more of like
the occupation.
Like then it was like, well, like what are the major differences and how are they really the same? And in a way, like you could see how Epic Games was wrong, because they provided a lot of the hardware and software for PUBG to be made, and then like seemingly copied their game.
Oh yeah.
And then again, like when like with Apex, like you see all the customization that has come to Fortnite, and like all the different like things that you can do in Fortnite, like camos and revive vans and stuff like that. And it's like it comes from Apex, and like even the new map, like it's not Fortnite. Probably Fortnite had the idea, but doing it like 2 weeks after Apex releases their new major update for season 3 with a completely different map and everything, new legends and everything, and then you see Fortnite doing the same thing to get their competition out of the way.
I think the biggest part, like with Fortnite, was like all the microtransactions in it, from the hundreds of different skins that you could get for your character, and then soon after you could finally customize your guns and the vehicles. you know, the vehicles are relatively new. What, season 4 was when the first one came
Yeah,
out?
something like that.
Yeah, because that was when, what?
Shopping cart, like I
And
think
then
the shopping cart was in
ATK.
yeah,
golf
shopping
cart.
cart was season 3, and then the golf cart was season 4.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Because that's when, like, the rifts came in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, besides the vehicle part, I mean, like, the customization part, I think, is, like, the biggest part of everyone. Because it tells, like, oh, yeah, you know, you put money into a game, which means you're kind of dedicated to it, or you're just getting it just to have some customization part of it. But, I mean, it really, like, shows, like, I guess, not really, like, what you're about, but I guess it kind of depends on, like, the skill level and stuff like that sometimes, too. But,
Yeah, it's not like a pay-to-win game. No, I love how this discussion started really haptic and like crazy.
Yeah.
And then it just calms down into like a discussion of games. Like,
isn't that how it goes into though? Like it's really static at the beginning, and then as soon as you get into a really good topic, it really calms down, and then the conversation just doesn't end.
Yeah, which is great because that's what we want.
Yeah.
Y'all ever just sit like early morning? You wake up and like not even you wanting to, your body just does.
Oh yeah.
And like you go, you get some breakfast, and then you just game all day. Like I would do that all summer.
See, with me though, like I don't know, I just have something like, and I can't just sit in my chair and play video games all day. Like there's like a part of me that wants to be doing something else.
Exactly.
And like for some reason I can be having like the most fun in the world, yet be so bored while playing games, especially with friends. Like after just like hours and hours of just sitting there and playing like the same game repeatedly. Yeah. Like I just got to do something. Like.
See, I prefer to be out and about more than anything. I'm not totally against the fact of playing against games, because sometimes it's good just to sit, relax, and kind of do that stuff. But at the same time, like, I really want to be like out with other people doing who knows what. Nothing totally stupid, but
that's why I'm trying to save some money, get like a VR system.
Oh hell!
Because like you're getting that physical activity,
you're not.
Still playing. Listen,
I think this is totally counteracted of what we were trying to go for.
I disagree.
How is this being physical? You're moving your arms. See, if you say this is physical, moving my fingers while sitting at my desk is being physical.
Yeah, why do you think I can finally lift up a pencil without any struggle anymore? I'm talking to you, not you.
No.
See, look at how look.
Didn't okay, John.
So you probably wouldn't be able to do that without my hand-eye coordination.
Okay, John. No, but
Man!
No, but there
It's fine, we're good!
Like Wii Sports, after that came out.
Oh my god!
The Wii was revolutionary.
Yeah.
Because they actually tried to get people to have fun while actually getting up and moving.
They even had what was it, Wii Fitness, I think it was, or something like that.
Wii Fit.
They had the giant board or whatever,
Yeah,
the pattern, and you couldn't, I mean, you had to physically move your body to actually do stuff.
Yeah, but you were standing still that whole time.
To me, that's what I like a lot about Nintendo, because especially with the Switch and all their new features with the Switch, like they came out with the Nintendo Labo and like
Labo.
Yeah, it's like
the cardboard stuff.
I wondered what that was. I've seen that, but I was like, I thought that was like attachments for the Switch. That was like,
in a way, it is. It's like $100 and something, but it's comes with games, and it's kind of like an engineering thing and kind of problem solving.
I've seen the trailers for it, but I don't remember it being separate from the Switch. I thought it was another entity for the Switch that you could just slap on. Yeah, something.
And then along with that, they came out with their new fitness game thing a few weeks ago, I think, and it comes with that little Joy-Con squeeze circle thing.
Oh yeah.
And it has and it's got a waist thing and arm things, and it tracks how many calories you lost, and it does workouts. So but through games, and they actually it's definitely improved way more since Wii Fit, in the way that you can see that it's not just the game, and they're also trying to get you physical activity through the game itself without, because apparently you can fight things, but you have to jog or something for a few 100 steps, I guess, to do damage to this boss thing and stuff like that. So it's really trying to get you to work out in order to complete the game.
That probably started early, with one of the first Switch games I remember was Arms.
Oh yeah, that was the ads that they played when it first came out. Was Arms?
It was just people boxing, and Switch 1, 2, it was just a lot of those quick memory games.
Yeah.
And it's not only just a physical workout, like moving your body.
It's mental workouts too, and that's like
Yeah.
oh, that's why like I hate a lot of like I guess politicians' opinions on video games.
Yeah.
And how they say like, oh, they're so bad for kids and everything like that. But like the one thing, like the hand-eye coordination, like that's one thing.
That's
like,
the biggest part of it.
Yeah.
Like, you can really build off it. Granted, it's not good to be on it for long periods of time.
Yeah.
But like after a while, like you really develop like the feeling of things, and like yeah, you can feel like a controller in your hand and like know exactly what you're doing. But like then it also helps like multitasking in a way, because like I can see myself like focusing on something else while like doing the same like.
You have to
doing
quick process
like,
certain things, because it depends on the game too. Because if you're playing like a shoot 'em up game,
like strategy games, like in a sense like Rainbow.
Okay,
like you have to play really
right?
strategic in a way, and that helps like with problem solving and like a lot of communication too. Because like you're communicating with your whole team, hopefully, if like they're not like d-bags and don't have mics and just talk. But like
where someone is and like all that really helps. Like when you get into that real world of like you're going to meet someone new in your life, and it's really important.
Like really, it just helps. Honestly, like I can see it, like it would help in a job interview.
Yeah.
Because like you're interacting with a stranger and you're like in a way getting pretty close with him through a game like that you just started playing with him, and like you see like you're less introverted, and like that will help like in the real world. Like a job interview, you go in like not knowing what to expect, and like just this random person like. And then you know exactly how to act around them.
Yeah.
It's not like a brand new experience.
Yeah. And like a lot of this like communication and becoming friends with random people is a lot of gaming. Like one of my brother's best friends lives in, I don't even remember where, but they met online, and when we flew out there once for vacation, they met up and they were just best friends, and like they're still really good people. And it's really great seeing a community coming from gaming. Like,
that's what I think like parents don't quite understand. Like if you go downstairs or wherever the heck your game system is in your room, upstairs, downstairs, on the living space, whatever, that if you have people that you can play with that like in state or not, or wherever the heck you are, like it really shows like it is fun to be playing with them on the console, whether you meet them in real life or playing with them just on the game. Like, and then if you come to meet them in real life, like you know exactly like I know what we've done, like I've built this really big like bond with you, even though it's like across the game platform and all that stuff, and it's like it's really like the new like I guess not socializing huge thing, but like it's still something that gets people like to talk more out of their comfort zone to people who like are willing to.
Yeah, and I can speak on a first-hand experience about that. Like I have a buddy, his name is Oleen, and he lives in Denver, pretty close to us. But like we met like through one of my old friends, and like we just started playing. Like I've never met this kid. Yeah. But like he's become one of my best friends through playing games together, and like it's like every single day, like we would just like be like, "Yo, you on?" And then we'd hop on, play for 2 hours, and just like get to know each other like really well. And like I said before this, I'd never met the kid, and then we just like started talking, and like I text him, we follow each other on Instagram, we Snapchat, and like yeah, he's just become one of my best friends.
Yeah, and it's not even just people you don't know, like just people who are like one of your really good friends, but you don't always have time to like, go over and hang out with them. Like one of my friends, he's always home late, like 10:30, and I can't go over and just hang out with him. Yeah. So we'll play Rainbow every night, and we'll just like get our daily conversation in, make fun of each other, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
When you play video games.
Well, it's even better. It's even better, like after a long day of school or whatever the case.
It's like a detox.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you can just hop on, and all of a sudden it'll be like nothing. You don't even remember what happened the entire day. You just are in the moment playing the game. You're having fun, laughing, or you're getting mad. Either way, but you're still like you lose the sight of like reality for like a small portion of time, just to like clear yourself and get it all out through something else, and just
Like today, after this, we came to Theo's house and just we played games. That's all we did. We didn't have a bad time. We got cheap and we were like talking trash and all that. But like at the end of it, we're still here.
Yeah, we were all having so much fun. Yeah. I lost a
that's
lot.
even- that's even-
Every single game.
That's even funnier because like you can come
Oh,
over with like
gross.
buddies and play games and like
Oh, yeah.
you can still be like total like nut jobs to each other even though like oh yeah you're good buddies and all that stuff, but you can still be like mean and everything
Yeah.
and you won't take it personal because you know you're just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And like to go along with what everyone's saying, like Austin Knapp, like we play on Xbox all the time.
Awesome.
Austin Knapp.
Austin Knapp is something else.
Basically, my husband, I've kissed him.
Bro,
Long story.
Not- no
long
homo.
story. We'll get into that like on a whole nother
it's all
podcast.
homosexual.
We'll get on.
Please don't ever say that.
Bro, the definition of homosexual, you're homies and you're sexual towards each other.
Like when you kiss your homies goodnight.
Exactly.
Oh my god! Why didn't I think of that?
Or like when you slap one of your buddies' asses.
Yeah, homies. So
Yeah, good game, Chief.
Exactly. Like that one time I slapped your ass in choir and you turned red.
Yeah, I may be in your flesh, dude.
What were you saying?
Like yeah, to go along with that, like Austin and I will be like playing games till like super late at night, and like we get into like the deepest conversations. Like
Yeah.
we've gotten so close because the fact is we've been playing like late at night and just screwing around. Like at a certain point to where we don't even enjoy the game we're playing anymore. Like we don't even like the game anymore. But the fact is we're just having such a good conversation. We don't want to stop playing. It's like just such a good time that you just don't really want to stop doing it because
That's what
it's
you
just having a
remember.
great time doing it.
That's what you remember the most is the late nights
Mhm.
playing games, school nights or not. Like you remember being up till 12 to 2 a.m. playing whatever the hell you're playing and just, you're having a great time. All of a sudden, like the later at night it gets, the better the conversations, deep or not. I mean, it's
Sad boy hours, right?
Yeah.
And that's where you meet. That's where you get your homies.
that's where you
Once
told
hit
you
sad boy
know
hours on the mic.
that's
oh,
how you know
Yo, like
who's your
there's
true
there's this one video and it's raccoon eggs. I don't know if you guys know.
Oh, yeah.
But like
yeah.
it's like some guy that's like really sad, like they're playing Rainbow and he's like sad about how this girl that he was talking to for a while, like just like
stop talking to
cut
her.
it off.
Yeah.
And like like Raccoon Eggs is known for being kind of like a dick to like the gaming community in his videos, and like you can tell it's all like a joke, but like he tells this guy like it's not if she
wants to
wouldn't
be-
want to
yeah,
give
he's
you the
like,
time of day,
Then that's her mistake.
yeah, and because like
You just told him like
yeah,
look at yourself in the mirror, splash yourself in the face with warm water, take a warm shower, go to the gym, get fit,
Yeah.
not like
and then have
just
that
like
girl
go to the gym,
realize what
sweat it
she's
off.
missing out on.
Yeah, and then just go to bed like thinking that you are good enough, you're totally worth the time and everything like that. And she just couldn't see that, and that's her loss, not yours.
And there's people that do that all the time. Like, there's
Yeah.
people that, like, intentionally try to help another person, especially, like, in that gaming community, because everybody's the same in that. Like, like, everybody's the same, probably, like, doesn't have any friends, like, honestly, doesn't have friends, and has nothing better to do than sit at home and play games. And they all can relate to, like, that thing.
Yeah.
And they all have that, and they can make new friends that they can hang out and play games with instead of, like, going out. And
That's kind of how like this kind of came out to be. Granted, this is not really a game, but like all four of us decided, let's just like get together and make a podcast, just because why not?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've known you and you too. Like I've known all three of you guys since Free Agents. Oh my god,
Oh my god.
that was. Like I didn't get like really close to you till last year.
Well, you and I really didn't get close until like the end of the year, and even then, like it was kind of like hard because like it was just like that kind of like age gap and our mindset about how
things
in a way
wins.
like you were cooler than me and
Oh no! Don't even. You've been way
hands
cooler
down.
than me.
No,
Hands
dude.
down, John's the coolest one at the table. Like,
Oh,
Are we
Stanley,
all
come
agree?
on.
yeah.
See, like I didn't really know Stanley all too well either. Like I'm still like figuring things out about you, but like it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to watch you sometimes because it's like, oh my god,
Honestly-
I never would expect that from him, but
honestly,
now I
you could-
know.
Yeah.
It could all come down to the fact that like John and Stanley are probably like the coolest ones at the table. Like it's a fight between you two because the fact
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, that is so true.
because like cool is a hard thing to explain and like the definition isn't exactly like just clean.
I feel like in a way it's not like we're okay. Like I'm not gonna say that we're not cool, like in our own opinions.
No, we're
But
not.
like, we're, in my opinion, I think I can be pretty cool, like at times, but like I don't feel like it's a normal thing for me. And honestly, I just feel like, the way that people see me is like, the way that people see me as cool is because I just like kind of stopped caring about what other people thought of me.
Oh yeah.
In a way, and I stopped letting like what people thought of me like affect me, and like that really changed for me this year. As in like, I really didn't care like if I dressed differently than I had in the past. Like, I'm wearing jean shorts and a short sleeve shirt, and
It's
last
60
year,
degrees outside.
last year it was never thought of me doing that.
Yeah.
Like I would wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt.
Joggers.
And
You're
now
wearing
we're
a
crazy
joggers and a
Yeah,
sweatshirt
I would wear
every
like,
day
almost every day. It was a pair of joggers, sweatpants, and a sweatshirt. And it was like the same sweatshirt every day. It was like either my freshman year ThesCon hoodie or my sophomore year ThesCon hoodie.
And I will do the crazy things like
Was it
tuck our
ThesCon
hoodies
or was it
into our
like
pants.
the US theater sweatshirt?
They were both ThesCon.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh, but now we're all comfortable and we're just like, you know what? I'm gonna tuck my hoodie into my like jeans. I don't care. I can do what I want.
It's kind of like the mentality you develop when you're like your freshman year when you start off in high school. You're kind of like, oh my god, this is like
It's
totally
really
different
intimidating.
environment. You know, yeah. You're like you want to fit in as much as possible, which is why like a lot of that temptation hits on top of you, and like you know a lot changes and happens your freshman year. And sophomore year, you think you know it all, but you're still like in between, like you do and don't. So there's a lot of stupid things that go on sophomore year, and then junior year is just more like. Okay, I figured it out a lot more. I know kind of what to expect, but this is still like a big year for me, kind of thing. And then like once you get in your senior year, you're like, I don't care anymore.
I'm just ready. Like,
I'm ready to be done. That's like
and along with that, it's like you can see like freshman just puts like your freshman year puts a lot of pressure on you. It's one, a different environment, and two, it's like everybody's like telling you that now you have to start thinking about your future. Yeah. And that's when you see everybody's like lives like in a way either like they peak or they go to rock bottom. Because there's people that like will just start doing drugs and going to parties and getting drunk every single day. Fail every single one of their classes.
And then they drop out.
Yeah.
Which is even worse because then what are you gonna do for the future? Like there's nothing for you.
Yeah.
And then there's those people that like kind of do that and then rise above it and like would be an average student. And then those people that
I'm the average student.
Me too. And then there's those people that like decide, you know what, I'm gonna be better than the average student, and then they go all the way up and like want to be valedictorian of the class and everything like that. And you realize that they're gonna be doing something one day. Yeah. And
that's what you hope at least. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Sometimes like that can also change like especially like I feel like junior year, it's either when you get your stuff together, or you lose everything. Yeah. Like,
well, see, they pressure you into thinking like you need to know what you want to do now. Like that's totally not the case. You can totally take like a year off after graduating senior year and figure out what you want to do.
I was so worried. Thank God you said that.
And even then, if you go to college and you don't have to pick a major until your junior year. Yeah. And so you can go to school for 2 years and then like experiment everything. Like you can do a little bit of engineering, a little bit of like maybe a teaching program, or a little bit of science or med. See, and then you can switch it up completely and decide to be like some like random major that like you probably never use in your life.
Well, see, like I for a long time I just wanted to be like an engineer, like somebody who worked like on the train tracks. Like that was like my childhood dream, like all the way up until I saw me. And then as soon as I joined choir, it was like all that had gone away, and it was like, okay, I think I found a new whole-found passion. So then the next year, my junior year, when I took Warren Tech and did audio production, like that just, my hopes and dreams like just skyrocketed. Like I was like, this is what I want to do. Like I find this really enjoyable, because like I couldn't do anything with engineering until like I picked a school and they started teaching me stuff. But then at that point, it's like, would it really work out? And then if it came down to that, it'd be like I'd be like in debt with student loans in a college somewhere. Like this is not what I wanted to do.
And that kind of like something like clicked in my mind too, like last year. So like I've had amazing English teachers like my whole high school career. I've had Tanguma, Miss Dryer, even though she's brutally honest.
Yeah,
she's brutally honest.
But she's really
one of the
good.
Best teachers I've ever had. And so her and Tanguma, so far, like they made me realize like that I want to be an English teacher and help like other people like put their words on paper or like what is in their head on paper and like in a way like let something go, because that's what I did last year in Tanguma's creative writing class, and like it was like really helped me like let go and feel like myself for the first time in my high school career.
What do you don't know what you want to do, but do you have any idea?
I mean, I like the idea of like an English teacher because all my life, like literally kindergarten up till right now.
Being a teacher sounds like fun.
Yeah. And especially like one of the cool teachers, like Mr. Hawk.
Okay,
Mr.
Hawk is
too
something.
much about like if you get your grade. He just
You
wants
can
you
still be fun, but still have like that little bit of seriousness. Like, okay, you have to get this work done.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make sure that this class is fun and enjoyable so that you want to come back.
And like in Hawk's class, I
I'm
learned
back, I
a
gotta go
lot
pee.
more. We're taking a break.
All right.
And we're back from the break. All right. Starting off with our new topic, we're going to talk about bedtime routines. Frankly, I'm not have that big a bedtime routine.
What was that?
Yeah, so frankly, I don't have that crazy of a bedtime routine. It's seriously just get out, brush my teeth, put in my retainers, and then it's lay in bed till I fall asleep. What about you guys?
John, I know you've got a
Yeah.
pretty interesting bedtime routine.
Okay. So, you know, usually I shower in the mornings, but if I forget to shower that morning, I'll take a shower, and I'll wash my face. Okay, so if I don't shower in the morning, I just take a shower and like clean my whole body, obviously.
Like a shower.
Yeah,
Like a shower.
exactly. But if I don't take a shower that night, I'll wash my face. Depending on the time of the month, I'll shave, because like I don't get a lot of facial hair, but like, you know, it's sometimes there, so I shave like every like 3 weeks, honestly. So if it's around that time, then I'll shave. I'll brush my teeth, and then probably just sit at my desk and play games for a little bit, and then like after a while I'll just hop in my bed and just pass out. Yeah.
Nice. Luch, what do you do? Like, I haven't heard what you do.
It kind of depends, because like if it's a school day, like, you know, I just like hop straight into bed and like homework. Won't do homework that night just because like I don't need to. I have first off, so I really don't have a rush to. But like I'll just like I throw on like shorts and then just like sometimes I'll like put on an undershirt like this. So I'll just go without a shirt and I'll just like lay in bed. And I'll be on my phone most of the time, so I'll be up from like 10 to like 1 o'clock in the morning just watching stuff on my phone. Then when I finally either get tired or my phone's like, all right, I'm about to die in like 2 seconds or whatever, and be like, okay, plug it in, then call it a night, and then, you know, wake up in the morning and
Feeling like P. Diddy.
Since Luch brought up the topic, what do you guys wear to sleep? Like socks, shorts, what's up?
oh, I can't wear pants.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
Yeah. What do you wear?
Frankly, I honestly, most of the time it will be whatever shirt I was wearing that day. Like, I don't care. Like, that's the shirt I'll wear. Or I'm either having the shirt I've worn all day, or I'm just not. I'll just take off my shirt and go shirtless. And then I don't really own like actual pajamas or anything.
Yeah.
So like most of the time I'm either in shorts, or if it's like super cold, I'll just throw on joggers or sweatpants.
Nice. John, do you wear a shirt? Or like,
Okay. So honestly, it really just depends on how I'm feeling. Like if I want to be cozy, then I'll wear a sweatshirt and like some sweatpants. But like I won't use my blanket if I'm doing that. But like usually I'm just in my boxers and then no shirt and then like cozy under my blanket and then
see, that's what I do. Like, if I want to be comfortable, I've got to be cold but bundled up in my blanket. Like just boxes and a big blanket over. And like once I hit that bed, I take my necklace, my like watch off, and I'm out after like watching TikTok till 2 in the morning. Sometimes it's not even 2. Sometimes it'll be like on a good day, a solid 9:30 hits different when you fall asleep. You know?
Really?
Yeah, because I'm definitely one of those like I'll stay up late, like 4 in the morning sometimes on a school night. Bad idea. But I have this rule: I don't go to sleep first. I'm always the last person to sleep in case anyone needs me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But then it gets really hard when like I wake up and I have to like start the day. I have like 4 alarms and I miss them all every time. I just barely get out of the house in time to get a good parking spot. 7:30 is the perfect time to park at A West.
Oh my! You could park between 7:30 and like 7:45 and it'd still be plenty open. Like that's my the time I get.
So I say like my wake up thing, or like my whole bedtime to wake up thing, like at 11, I'll like usually turn off my TV, my PlayStation, everything, plug my watch in, and then usually I take 1 or 2 melatonins, and then like take the hour to kick in. Hopefully I'm passed out by 12.
Yeah.
And then even then, like I need like sleep to function. So like sometimes I don't wake up until like 7:30 or even later. And like that's the worst for me, especially with high school. Like I just have such a hard time waking up. And like that takes a toll, like especially with high school where you have to be earlier. Like it's just hard.
Like especially with that, like you miss breakfast a lot.
Yeah, I've probably eaten breakfast like a whole 5 times this whole year.
Like on a school day, like I might just like I'm running out of the house, like no, I need to stop at Dom's, get a sausage biscuit. But like, what's your guys' ideal breakfast though? Like, if you could just have like Saturday morning, go somewhere or make something, what would you do?
Okay, this is a weekend you're asking?
Weekend.
Anytime.
Okay.
Just like,
Well, if it's like the week, like all of the school week, like all I have to drink is like a protein shake in the morning. Like it just, that's all I'll drink in the morning because I don't want to like stay up and eat anything because I'm just like beat dead tired. I just want to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
But like if it's a weekend, like I'll like when I get up at 10:30 or whatever, which is late-ish, not, but
no, it's not.
I'll make pancakes in the morning or something like that. Then slap some like put some eggs and like bacon on the side of it, maybe a little bit of toast, and just a nice like casual morning breakfast.
Yeah, just like a go-to, you know.
Yeah, it's just easy, you know, for a Saturday morning. Like it doesn't need to be anything fancy or huge. Just so long as it gets me like through. Like I probably won't even eat lunch till a little later than if it's that big.
Yeah.
But still, you know.
Yeah, like frankly, my breakfast on any more. Well, I mean, like school day, don't have breakfast. I'm just up, I'm getting ready, and I'm going to school.
Yeah.
But like on a Saturday, really, I've stuck to honestly, I've been sticking straight to just making hash browns, like those carton hash browns that just come in a carton. I'll make those in the morning, and then I'll either just make like I'll just make an egg. I'll either make scrambled eggs to go with it, or like I'll just get a over easy egg, pretty much.
Well, I thought you were gonna say you were gonna be like Rocky and just like crack it open, put it in a glass cup.
I kind of want to try that. I feel like that'd be a
there are people who straight up do that, and I don't know how they do it.
I saw this one video. There was like this guy that like did 30 raw eggs like in the morning, and like this guy's jacked. So like you can see like he's doing it like for the protein and like because it's something that people do to work out, and like he just chugs 30 raw eggs. And,
what do you do?
So
instead of 30 raw eggs,
I mean, you know, I love 30 raw eggs, you know, but so usually it's either like pancakes, some sausage, maybe some eggs and stuff like that. But at my dad's, I'm used to like, so my dad's Peruvian, so we have a Peruvian dish called lomo saltado, and it's kind of like steak with some peppers and onions and and you do like usually we use baguette bread. And then, so you put like that on baguette bread, and it's like, and then usually we'll have like pancakes and some coffee and like,
it must be that good if you blanked out for those 2 seconds.
Yeah, and like, oh, it's so good. And then like sometimes we'll even like have like some like fries, kind of like like just like, I don't know, like it's kind of like a hash brown except it's not. It's more like a fry.
Yeah.
And so like he used to do that like every Saturday morning, and
that's cool. I'm gonna have to come to your dad's for breakfast someday.
Yeah, no kidding.
I usually, my go-to like weekend breakfast if I can go, like sometimes I'll go with my family if I wake up early, we'll go to a breakfast place and I'm either getting some sort of biscuit with chicken or ham, like Virginia cut ham. That hits hard.
Yo, there was this one burger place I went to, and like they had like this like breakfast dinner menu, and I got these like breakfast chicken biscuit sliders.
Oh, those are.
And it was like a biscuit, and then like this like chicken patty kind of, and it was like, then gravy was spread all over it. Oh, it was so good. And then there's this other place. It's called the King Chef, and it's up in Colorado Springs. And there's like every now and then me, my stepdad, my mom, my sister, and like maybe one of my friends or my girlfriend or something like that will go up there, and like they have like these huge like plates, and it's like it was on like the Food Network, and like it's got like some world records for like breakfast stuff and stuff like that. But like it's literally half a pound of like sausage, eggs, cheese, hash browns, and like it's called the Grump, and it's so good.
That's nutty.
Yeah.
Okay, so you wouldn't think like, okay, every time I go like, I hate putting it this way, but like, you know, I travel to Iowa every year because my mom has family out there, and you know, you'd think being out in like all that agriculture and stuff, there wouldn't be anything like huge out there, but you'd be surprised in how like small town like diners and stuff like that can
diners
be like
always popular.
Oh yeah,
like for some reason they're just the best.
There's one called oh god, I think it's the Sunshine, something like that. It's like right there near. It's in like Manchester, something like that. But oh my god, whenever we're in Iowa, my Uncle Greg always takes us over there, and it's like, you know, you can have, you know, your typical morning drinks, so like milk, chocolate milk, orange juice, coffee, hot chocolate, all that stuff, you know, and then, you know, your breakfast options are, you can get like these omelets that are probably like this big on a giant plate, and then they just like stuffed with stuff, and then you can get like a skillet, or you can get just like regular eggs or pancakes, but they're like, the pancakes are still like pretty big and stuff like that, but they like, you know, for being like a tiny diner and stuff like that, it's like, it's still like really good breakfast stuff. It's worth paying for. I mean, it's not expensive, but it's still really good.
I mean, with that too, my mom's from Minnesota, and so like there's this really small but like real famous like Minnesotan like bakery place, and it's like kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, like right off the highway, and it's always popping. It's called Toby's, and they like make cookies and like cinnamon rolls and a bunch of other things, and like anytime like anybody in my family goes up there, anybody on my mom's side of the family goes up there, like they get these ginger snap cookies, or like anytime like we road trip up there, we always stop and we get these like breakfast rolls, and it's like a cinnamon roll with like some caramel on it.
I hate to interrupt you, but
man, I was not expecting that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm just sitting here holding that back.
Yeah, you look like. I wondered why you were like struggling. You were like, Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna let you finish, but like.
Well, I was done anyway.
Alright, good. Well, we didn't plan an outro, but Theo's gonna list the girls that we want to thank for this.
Yeah. So, honestly, we want to thank some of the Prima girls from the Prima choir in Rocky Mountain High School. They were one of the people who kind of like were telling us this is a good idea. Like, we would talk on a Snapchat group chat, and we were talking, and they would just say like, "Wow, this is really entertaining. I would actually want to watch this."
So if this doesn't work, it's their fault.
So if it also doesn't work, that means they don't know what entertainment is.
man, I really think this is gonna start some controversy if it gets out there. I'm not part of this if that's the case.
But honestly, we want to.
I'm just gonna burn myself from the video. You know?
But honestly, we want to thank them. So thank you to Isabel, Jaden, Lee, and Michaela, and Gretchen for helping us come up with this idea and like actually telling us it would be a good idea to do this. And so it's honestly
appreciate you.
Yeah,
everything you do for us.
It's actually been really fun to do. And even though it's not the first one, we really hope that this.
Not gonna lie, if you guys don't even like this, it ain't going away.
Yeah, honestly, we're still gonna do this. This is honestly really fun, and like it got like we never expected it to get like super deep into stuff, but like it's honestly so much fun to just sit here and talk about things, and so we'll try to make it a little more fun like in every other time.
So new announcement: Stanley has this thing called Crackhead Hours on Snapchat. So
good.
We're thinking of making a secondary podcast in a way where we mainly just do like funny topics and like pretty much just a joke.
A secondary show.
Yeah,
so
a secondary show.
We'll have the main breakfast stuff every Saturday morning, but the crack hour stuff will be more like Saturday night.
Yeah,
Friday night,
we'll keep you guys
something
updated with that information, and we'll let you know, especially when that one comes out.
Yeah.
But
So-
we didn't figure a way to end this,
Yeah.
so let's all just walk off.
Alright.
Also, definitely look at the Instagram.
Yeah, bye guys.
Link in the bio.
Breakfast boys.